If you are out on a walk with your new puppy and the person walking down the road sees you and wants to come over and say hello and introduce their dog to yours, do you know what you should do? My name's Laurie Yost, and I own Playful Pups Retreat. I am here today with our training director, Maria Stouffer, and we're here today to talk all things puppy. So I'm going to ask you, Maria, if the new pet parent is out with their puppy and they're on that walk and somebody with another dog wants to meet them, what advice would you give?
First and foremost, be prepared for it. Expect it. You've got a cute little puppy. People know you in the neighborhood. They know you've got this new puppy, and there you are on a walk. So you have a couple options when someone says, "Can my dog meet your dog?" You have the option to say no, and that's okay. You have the right. If your dog is showing anxiety or showing you signs that they're just not comfortable with the meet, just say no. You can say, "We're training right now." Most people are very respectful with that. The other option is you can say, "You know what? Why don't we walk together? We're already out walking. Let's walk together." And that way the dogs can kind of orient and create that pack mentality of walking in the same direction. And then the third option, which is what you do not want to do not allow the dogs to come nose to nose. You don't want them to meet. You want to start with something a little softer, a little more predictable, that where you and that other person have control of the situation better.
That makes a lot of sense. We want to set the puppy up to have a positive experience. That is critical for all dogs, but especially for puppies. They go through fear periods, and it is very important that we are doing everything we can to set the puppy up for success so that they have a great relationship with dogs as they grow and become adults. So you mentioned the dog's body language if your puppy was uncomfortable. So tell the pet parent what to look for to tell if a puppy is comfortable or uncomfortable.
So it's very important to watch our dog's body language, especially a new puppy, because you're getting to know them too, that they are communicating with you. So you have to be watching for that and kind of get used to those patterns that they're showing you. So if you're approaching another dog and your dog kind of takes a step back, tries to get behind you, clearly very uncomfortable. Okay, it's not fair to say, no, come on, go ahead and meet that dog. Your dog is telling you, I'm not comfortable with this. That might be the time you say, let's just go for a walk. Or if it's really bad, then you just say, no, today's not a good day for that.
And I think it's critical for us as pet parents to be the advocate for our dog. They can't speak. They can't tell us verbally when they're uncomfortable, but they definitely do have body language that tells us when they are or are not uncomfortable. And puppies are generally pretty easy to read. It's just a matter of us, the pet parents, paying attention to what they're telling us. So we want to set our puppies up for the greatest level of success. So just to wrap this up, so we are going to introduce Masha, who is a 2-year-old Great Dane. We are going to be introducing her to a new puppy friend that she's never met. So we are going to see you outside in one of our play yards.
Thank you.
To introduce my poorly behaved Great Dane Masha to her new friend. All right, so we are outside now. We're going to do some introductions between Masha and a 4-month-old Great Dane puppy named Ellie Grace. So what we're going to do is actually, we have a chain link fence here. We're actually going to show you how you can let 2 dogs meet through the chain link fencing, if that's an option. You can also use aluminum fencing where there's spaces and the dogs can see each other. This is an option instead of direct face-to-face meetings for 2 dogs that might not know each other and you want a little bit more of a safe environment. So see how they're sniffing a little bit through the fence. Now this is a little different because Ellie Grace is a puppy. It's also hot today, so the heat will factor in. So that's something else to consider when you have dogs meeting. You want to consider the temperatures. If it's super hot or super cold, that could impact the dogs meeting each other.
And Masha was just giving off some really good signals. She was sniffing. Ellie Grace doesn't seem to care too much, but Masha was very interested. So we got to look at that.
Yes.
Is Masha wanting to meet her? Is Ellie wanting to meet her? So that's the nice thing about having a fence in between, is you have that availability of safety, and you can also really allow the dogs to tell you what they want to do.
Yeah, I love that. All right, well, let's bring Ellie Grace in.
So let's start with a walk.
Yep, come on, Masha. So we're gonna walk a little bit around the yard. Now, even though we're in one of our play yards, we are still gonna try to use the walking.
So what's nice about having Ellie in the back is she can smell Masha. She can get a better feel for who Masha is. And she's showing me that she's very interested in meeting Masha. accept her right now. Come on, baby. Let's go meet. Let's go smell. Go ahead.
Good job, Mosh.
And you can see Ellie's turning her head a little bit, so she's a little unsure, but handling it very well for a young puppy. See, and now she's taking the initiative. Yep. Girl Mosh. All right, let's walk this way.
Yep.
Come on. Now we're going to give Masha an opportunity to smell Ellie.
So when you introduce puppies to adult dogs, generally it's a little easier than introducing 2 adult dogs, right?
Yeah. But if we're watching body language here, this is very important. So she just gave a little bit of a lip lick. So she's still a little nervous, but she's handling herself quite beautifully. And Masha's being very respectful.
Yep, Masha's being a good girl. They're both getting some good sniffs in, which is important. So even for puppies, they're going to need to sniff and smell, and they're going to take in a lot of information from that interaction.
Mm-hmm. And Ellie, what Ellie's doing right now is she's just kind of removing herself from it, and she's coming back at her rate. I'm not pushing her to go up to Masha. I'm not forcing her to have interaction. I'm just allowing her to take the lead on her speed. And I think it's interesting because she's interested, but she's not overly interested. So
which I love, right? I love that.
I think we could actually drop leashes.
Yeah, I think so too. They may not play, right? They may not play today.
And that's okay.
We want dogs that can just coexist and just hang out together. That's a beautiful thing. And then that builds on a positive relationship where they will eventually probably start to party and play a little bit with each other. Yeah, Ellie is here for puppy daycare today, so she's also had some puppy play sessions. So that might be factoring in also.
So I'm just gonna drop her.
Yeah,
I think also it's really important to remember when you're doing this, when your dog is giving you the signs that they're done, let it be done. And when they're done, let it be done. It's really important to do that. Short and sweet is always a better motto, in my opinion.
Yes, especially for puppies.
Yes, yeah, it's a good experience.
Yes. Maria, what other advice would you give to the pet parent who has a puppy and wants them to be socialized and isn't really sure what the steps should be?
I think the most important thing is really get to know your dog, build that relationship between you and the dog. So let's say you want to take your dog to Home Depot. Yeah. All right. You walk into Home Depot. Home Depot is an array of sounds and smells and people and dogs and all kinds of different things. It's a very overwhelming place. So again, short and sweet. Start in the garden center, go to the back of the store, work your way forward. It kind of goes from the green light area, which is nice and calm, and then you work your way into the yellow. And then when you get to the front, I consider that kind of your red light. So read your dog. And the more you build your bond with your dog prior to getting them out, the more you're going to be able to understand what they're telling you, if they're done or not. Socialization is really important, but do it in small steps. Have a plan for it. Today we're going to do this. Tomorrow we're going to do this. We're going to open an umbrella near our dog. Some people don't understand that socialization is a lot more than just meeting people or dogs.
Yes.
It's people, places, things, all kinds of things, from a hat to sunglasses, to gloves. You got to think about the 4 seasons. There's a lot of ways to socialize your dog, but try to think outside of the box as to what is your dog going to be exposed to most. And that's where you want to start formulating your plan. I'm having a very socialized puppy.
Yes, that's critical. And that is something that we work on at Playful Pups Retreat in our Puppy Social Skills Daycare program. She's going to come say hello here. And we work on all of those different types of socialization and crate training. Obviously, we need a trainer for this one.
I'll do it.
Maria.
She's a wonderful dog.
Say I am a good girl. Yes. But it is critical to, as Maria said, make sure that your new puppy is getting all the different types of socialization. That is something we can help you with. If you need help in training, we offer our Puppy Social Skills Daycare program. Maria also has a puppy manners group class that is a wonderful way to get a puppy started on the right started on their right paw. And we have our next step beyond that, which would be our day training program, which at this location is our A to Z day training program. So that is the next beautiful step for a puppy to move on to after they've gone through our puppy manners class. So
Can I add something there?
Yes, please.
So one of the things about A to Z that we have really noticed when puppies come out of puppy social skills and they go into that program, it's a great bridge, really great bridge. And a lot of those dogs are getting into adolescence, and adolescence can be a lot for the dog. It can be a lot for the pet parent. So those first 4 weeks of Mind Your Manners, and then if you end up going with another 4 weeks, it's an 8-week bridge of getting the dog's manners, cues, behaviors, getting them under control before we try a daycare. So it's really good for the dogs at that age.
And it's really important to start out young, right? Start when you first bring your new puppy home, which for many people is 9-10 weeks of age, if not a little earlier. You want to start right away. You don't want to wait. And you want to start with all of that socialization that these puppies need. And very important to work on their training. Because if you want a well-behaved dog sometimes, she's being a good girl, you need to start training right out of the gate. So we can certainly help you. And we can also give you guidance on private trainers if private training is the option that you would like to go to. So give us a call at Playful Pups Retreat and we can help to give you guidance and some direction and set your puppy up on the right path to success. And also pay attention for the next video in our series of dog introductions. We are doing a series right now that will include puppies, small dogs, as well as larger dogs, all meeting each other safely and in a good manner. So please stay tuned for that next video.